So for you guys, your philosophy, because the philosophy with women, with men, with dating, with marriage, with kids, with money, with finance, with health, everything is inspired through certain things. You talk about the mystery, you talk about the pickup artist, the book, the game, all of that, and then what you did in college when you kind of learned a little bit about the game. 3 years ago, you come to Miami, you learn. Who had the biggest influence on your philosophy, and what is really the core foundation of your philosophy?
Shout out to our guy Rollo, Tomassi, man, good friend of ours. The Rational Male obviously was a great book. It connected a lot of dots for me personally. And then because the thing is with the mystery method, fantastic book, gives you a great insight as to how female psychology works when it comes to attraction and what they're aroused by. But a lot of the techniques in that book are a bit dated. We're talking about using can openers, doing cold approaches in the club and bar. That phone came out. That book came out in the earlier 2000s before cell phones and everything else like that. So the game has obviously changed, but the fundamentals are still the same when it comes to what is attractive to women. So basically, like from taking that knowledge, from taking the red pill awareness, from reading obviously the Rational Male, whatever, it connected a lot of dots for me that I already knew. And, it kind of put things in perspective. But, we kind of have our own strategy on how we deal with things because, times have changed. The dating marketplace has changed significantly versus, 20 years ago, thanks to the smartphone and technology and everything else like that. So we kind of have a different spin on how we operate and how we deal with women in general with the modern day marketplace. But, yeah.
Yeah, me personally, regarding my influence would be experience because I watch and I learn. So I ask questions. So I'll see people like, how do you get this girl? How's he having this car? How's he having this lifestyle? Ask questions, and from there I apply it to myself, and I learn from experience. And also as well, such a role
Trial and error is the best.
Book, so.
Yeah.
So, but what are the core foundations? So give me an idea what some of your philosophies are.
So the biggest thing that I tell guys is you got to put yourself first, right? Like you got to put like your mission first. Like, because if you put women first, 'cause a lot of guys are more concerned with like, can we swear? I don't know if I should. Okay. A lot of guys are more concerned with like chasing ass versus chasing success. And yeah, that's great. Obviously, you got to play the volume game, talk to a lot of girls, whatever. But the problem is that your retention level is not going to be that high when you don't have your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to be like the best man that you can be, you want to be the best man that you can be and then have women be a byproduct of it versus chasing the women. And like, yeah, you'll get a lot of girls from going out and cold approaching all day and all that other stuff, but are you going to be able to retain them and most importantly, get them to respect you? And what I've learned from dealing with, at this point, we've interviewed like 1,000 girls on our show. Respect is a foundation. And that respect doesn't come unless I always say, competence leads to accomplishments, which leads to confidence. And then that confidence is what the girl respects because you've already built a foundation from that confidence. That confidence doesn't come out of thin air. Girls say all the time, I want confidence, I want confidence. Translation in womanese. I want someone that's established and able to assert his will on the world, and I want to be able to follow that man's lead.
Myron,
and that comes from your success.
Say those three things again.
So you got competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence, and that's what the girls are attracted to is that confidence. But that confidence has got to be genuine. That's why we tell guys all the time, you got to be congruent to who you are. Because if you're congruent to who you are, girls are going to be able to notice it. Women have way more a better perception of social calibration than men do. So they're going to be able to tell if you're about it or not. You can play the game for a bit, but if you're cap, eventually they're going to figure it out. So if you're really about it and you're that guy, she's going to be attracted to you because you have that confidence from your accomplishments. So that's what we tell guys is focus on yourself because it's inherently going to make you attractive in the first place. And then second, on top of that, you're going to be winning. And then women are a byproduct of that success versus chasing the women and making them the metric of success.
So far, what's controversial so far? So where do
we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. So where do people? Because what you just said is you have two choices, right? You have a choice to date women through desperation, which is what a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
Or you have a way to manage expectation by setting the tone on what kind of value you bring to the marketplace, then your pool and your options widens. That's just how it works, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing works with business as well. If your business is predicated based on one client, you are screwed. You're slave to that one client. But if your business is you have multiple options, you can have a little bit more leverage and you actually offer better customer service because you're not leading that customer based on desperation. You're not begging them. They feel confidence from you. If you enjoyed this short clip, click over here to watch another short clip. And if you want to watch the entire episode, the entire podcast, click here.